Welcome back. We do want to talk a little bit Olympic news as we are about to talk to an Olympic athlete.
Yeah, we're expecting Anthony Espinoza here by Skype in just a few minutes to talk USA Luge. But in the meantime, it's the perfect time to discuss the effort to go after the 2030 or 2026 games, which would be interesting considering that LA has the games in 2028.
Yes.
So we're either 2 years before them or 2 years after them, but this is kind of the time it looks like to strike again because some of the other cities are starting to pull out. So not only did we have Innsbruck, Austria pull out, which was probably the leading competitor for getting the games in 2026, but also Switzerland is on the fence now about whether they're going to continue their bid. So we'll see. It's going to be very intriguing to see what happens and how this plays out. But in the meantime, here's something that came out of some of the conversations yesterday, and actually even from a little bit before. So a legislative audit was performed to figure out exactly how much it will cost to get the facilities ready for the Olympics. Now, if you just take a look at just the 3 facilities alone, the main ones, you've got Olympic Park, you have the Oval, the Olympic Oval, and then of course you have Soldier Hollow. Those are all under the Legacy Foundation, and those 3 by themselves, according to this legislative audit, would take $39 million to get ready. Wow. So it's a little bit of money, but it makes obviously we spent $51 million the first time around. So there's some cost of like getting them kind of cleaned back up and ready to go, but about $14.7 million to get them up to the new standards that are necessary for competition.
Well, you know, for those on the fence, that could really kind of knock them out of the competition.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, speaking of competing, let's talk with Anthony Espinoza with USA Luge. He's getting ready to compete, and we already know, hey Anthony.
Hey Anthony.
We already know that he is ready to go. You've been over the test event not too long ago over in Pyeongchang. How was that, Anthony?
The test event was great. We really had no idea what to expect from the track there. Just a couple basic words from our main guy, Chris Masger, had gone out to do the inauguration. So it was really kind of this unknown that we were kind of getting ourselves into. But the track is phenomenal. It's in great shape. The track workers do a great job of getting the ice prepared for us. The track flows very well, and I'm really excited to see what it brings forth for the Olympics for us.
For sure.
How long you been up there?
We're not in South Korea right now. We're actually in Calgary for the second of 3 team selection races.
Now, are you guys are you out on the ice now, or are you as far as tracks, or are you still doing the indoor ice track? Which one are we using right now?
No, we're using the actual facilities here. So we just got back from Whistler, which was our first race of 3, and now we're spending a week in Calgary, and we'll finish off our team selection trials in Lake Placid before we head over to South Korea.
Now, I want to introduce, would you introduce Brittany to us as well? She's sitting there with you.
Yeah, of course. This is Brittany Arndt. She's one of our up-and-coming. She's also in the Olympic pool. And she was feeling a little ill last night, but she is toughened out, and she's going to be here with us this morning.
That's awesome. Brittany, how are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good, yeah.
Are you pretty excited about the fact that we're in an Olympic year? This is kind of the best time to be a development athlete because so many things happen. Up and comer like you look at this opportunity to see, arguably the very best getting ready. You got to feel like that is a lot of inspiration for you as well to perform at your highest level.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm the youngest athlete that is in the pool this year, so it's a really great opportunity being only 19 years old and having this opportunity. I'm very excited for what this season has to come and these next couple races.
Brittany, I think it's a good conversation to have because we don't get a chance to talk about this much, but would you tell us what it's like for a female in this competition, because things have changed over the years for female competitors in luge?
Yeah, so it's a little different than men, of course. We only actually take 4 women traveling on the World Cup team. The men take 5, and there is men's singles, or it's actually, and then women's singles, and then there's doubles.
Right.
Doubles is actually an open category, so women can compete, but we are actually fighting to change that and bring women's doubles into the World Cup and the Olympics. So that would be another category that is implemented, which would be really cool, I think, for the women's field.
Absolutely. Tell us how you guys are both feeling about our team and their chances. I mean, Anthony, we know you've been finishing top 10 and really in striking distance of bringing home the gold. How do you feel about the team altogether at this point, too?
I feel like the team right now is the strongest it's ever been. Our men's field, we have a young men's field coming up who have proven themselves to be World Cup medal worthy and hopefully Olympic medal worthy. Our women's field is being rounded out as well. We have a lot of up-and-coming, very fast women going on, and the doubles program has increased. We've had a lot of technology and a lot of training put into it. So I feel like the team as a whole is the strongest it's ever been in USA Luge.
Wow, that's exciting. That makes me look forward to the Olympics next year. Do you guys mind telling us a little bit about your background?
Sure, yeah. I'm born and raised Park City, Utah. I knew Brittany when she came into Park City from, I believe it was Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
And then we just grew up together, sliding together. And this is my 15th season with Luge. So my background really is just Luge. It's been my whole life up until this point.
It's a great background to have, my friend. We should probably talk about also the fact that as we come up to an Olympic year, that our Olympic team is not funded by the U.S. government, and that we do require, to be competitive, folks to be involved in what USA teams are doing. How can they be involved in USA Luge? What can they do to make sure that you guys are competitive and give you all the support you need?
Yeah, that's correct. We are one of the few NGBs in the world that the government does not give us any funding. So most of our income that we use to raise money for equipment and travel is all fundraised by people just like you and me, families, friends. And you can go to usaluge.org to donate, and then it can give you all the info. You have all the contact info, phone numbers that you need, and if you're willing to donate and help us out to our Olympic dream, that'd be much appreciated.
One thing before we break, again, I want to just, before we let you go, I kind of want to know what things are like up there in Calgary. Of course, I've been on the indoor ice track. I have raced on the outdoor as well. It's a fun track. Tell me what your experience has been like so far and what your expectations are as you continue to train.
Well, we got to Calgary a few days ago, and the weather has been warm and windy, which is ice track's worst enemy.
Yeah.
The track workers are kind of having a tough time keeping the track in good shape. There's a lot of bobsleds here training as well, so the bobsleds really kick out a lot of the ice. But the guys, the men and women up there are doing a really good job of keeping the ice fresh for us and getting a nice spray of fresh ice every morning. And we're hoping to see similar weather in Lake Placid.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty warm there.
Yeah.
So hopefully the ice conditions hold up for our last races.
Hopefully. Well, Anthony and Brittany, when can we see you in Park City again?
Unfortunately, we do not have a stop in Park City this season.
No.
So you might be able to see me over Christmas break.
Yeah.
I might be walking around town, smiling the best I can. Hopefully get some skiing in as well.
Well, if that's the case, give us a call.
Yeah, we'll expect to see you right here in our studio for sure. I want to thank both of you for joining us. Of course, USA Luge, all the great sponsors making sure that you guys are ready to go. But it really does take the team of USA to make sure that our teams are competitive. So take a moment, go onto the website, buy some USA gear so you can be cheering in proper attire as we move to an Olympic year this year. And that, of course, among other things, will be helping the team to succeed and to bring home the gold. Thank you guys so very much.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good morning.
We'll talk to you again soon.
Well, that got me stoked.
I know, right?
So this is like some of the best athletes he's worked with?
Hey, it does look like in Luge we are very competitive now. And of course, the Germans are arguably one of the strongest teams.
The Germans.
Yeah, oh, they're pretty good, both in Luge and in bobsleigh. In skeleton, we tend to do very well in the United States, so I'm excited for our team, for them as well. We'll find out about each of those teams. The biggest thing, though, that I know that we're all thinking about right now, it's the elephant in the room, is that we no longer have Stevie Holcomb with us, and that is sad because that was almost for sure gold medal. And it's not just that, it's just that what a tremendous guy and what a tremendous loss the entire U.S. team has taken in losing Stevie Holcomb.
Well, you know, with these new athletes, I mean, Brittany's 19. Yeah. I think we're going to see her for a long time. She may be, you know, she may be the next it.
Yeah.
The next it girl.
There you go.
I'm feeling it. I felt good vibes.
I thought you were going to be the next it girl in Luge.
Oh,
but
yeah. I train really hard for it, so.
All right. Well, time to take a quick break, and I'll explain to her what it really means to be a luge athlete. Like, I'm not sure you understand the speed involved.
I totally don't.
Yeah, it's a little scary. I'm just saying. We'll find out. We'll come back and wrap up the show and tell you more about our giveaways this week that are coming your way right here on Park State Television.